Hello again, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about the 2015 offbeat thriller, Remember. This film was recommended to me by my own brother Paul, which proves that nepotism is alive and well. And Paul, if you're out there, I know you will be, I love you man. Zev Gutman is an elderly Holocaust survivor with dementia, living out his golden years in a New York City care home. We soon discover he made a promise to his fellow resident and survivor Max that when his wife passes away, he would hunt down and kill the sadistic Auschwitz Nazis who killed their families 70 years ago. I've always admired the actor Christopher Plummer, who passed away in February of this year. He must be one of the greatest actors of a generation. Most people are familiar with Christopher Plummer for his standout performance in The Sound of Music, but for me, he's always been seen as one of those go-to guys for a terrific villain, like in the 1979 thriller The Silent Partner, where he plays a psychotic bank robber. If you've not seen that film, then stop what you're doing, get that film, you will be absolutely blown away. Another one that stands out for me is Eyewitness from 1981, whereas where I come from in Scotland, it was called The Janitor. What a terrific film that is, starring William Hurt, Sigourney Weaver and James Woods. And whenever Christopher Plummer is ever on screen in any film, even in a silly comedy like Dragnet, from Orange County, here we go, he always knocks it out of the park. He's one of those actors that could read the phone book and you would be hanging on every single word. This particular film, Remember, is no exception. When my brother told me the synopsis to this film, I burst out laughing. I started to imagine Grumpy Old Men meets Death Wish. This film does not go down that avenue whatsoever. In truth, this film takes itself seriously 100%. It's just absolutely tremendous. I can't say too much about the plot to this film, but Christopher Plummer's character suffers from dementia where he forgets things constantly, and he's given this letter by Martin Landau's character, where he's given all the information he needs about these evil Nazis and where to find them in Canada and in the United States. Remember is a low-budget independent film, but with Christopher Plummer in the leading role, it takes it into the stratosphere. I would argue it's one of the best vigilante films that I've seen since probably Shane Meadows' 2004 masterpiece, Dead Man's Shoes. If you've never seen Dead Man's Shoes, then I envy you. You need to check that film out immediately. But before you do that, please watch Remember. This film is incredible. Now, it is a low budget film. It doesn't have spectacular action scenes. It doesn't have beautiful landscapes and wonderful special effects. What it does centres itself right on Christopher Plummer's magnificent performance, and he was in his late 80s when he pulled this one. This film is walking a tightrope, not only with the subject matter of the Holocaust, but also with the elderly playing vigilante. It is really quite an achievement, and it's a shame that this film has been completely forgotten in this last 6 years since it came out. There are some absolutely incredible scenes, and the actors in it are all terrific. Every single performance in this film is 10 out of 10. But with, to quote Spinal Tap, Christopher Plummer, he goes up to 11. You feel every nuance of this character. You are with him every single step of the way. You notice the fear in his eyes when he wakes up and he cannot remember a single thing. All he has is this letter that reminds him that he has to go out and kill these evil Nazis who murdered his family 70 years ago. One of the big standout scenes for me is where Christopher Plummer pays a visit to one of the killer Nazis who has actually passed away, and he's confronted by his son, who is a sheriff played by Dean Norris, who you'll recognise from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And he is this modern day neo-Nazi sheriff, and it's actually quite a frightening scene. It's actually quite a frightening scene because when he discovers that Christopher Plummer is a death camp survivor, the tension is palatable. I've looked into some of the behind the scenes of this film, and apparently there is a scene where Christopher Plummer plays piano quite fantastically, and it's all him doing it. And apparently when Martin Landau was doing a scene where he's speaking on the phone to Christopher Plummer's character, Christopher Plummer would still visit the set to perform the dialogue for him, which, you know, is completely unnecessary. If you're going to do a scene where an actor is on the phone to another actor, you don't need the other actor on the set. And here we've got this guy in his late 80s who's willing to get up early in the morning and come down here and hang out with Martin Landau and feed him lines. That's the kind of actor that Christopher Plummer was. Christopher Plummer was he was the consummate professional. You will never see any dirt on him being this lazy, egotistical actor. He's the actor's actor. And my brother has been absolutely obsessed with this man for the last year, to the point where my ears are actually aching hearing the name Christopher Plummer. And it's like, oh, what film are you watching today, Paul? Oh yeah, I'm watching this one, blah blah blah. Oh, who's in that? Christopher Plummer? Yeah, Christopher Plummer. And you know, and I've been nagging him for ages to watch Malcolm X. And saying, you know who's in Malcolm X? Christopher Plummer. Yeah, check it out. And it's been nice, you know, it's nice to discover some of these hidden gems within the Christopher Plummer filmography, because he is one of those actors that will never let you down. Never let you down. You look at somebody like Bruce Willis or John Travolta, or even Nicolas Cage. Sorry, Curly Girl. Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, these guys, they can phone it in. They can totally and utterly phone it in. There's my paycheck. I'm just going to read my lines, say my dialogue, see you later, bye. Whereas Christopher Plummer, he could be in the Rainbow Bright movie. Christopher Plummer could be in the Rainbow Bright movie and he would be collecting Oscars for that performance. And you got to think what an absolute hero he was a few years ago when Ridley Scott made all the money in the world, and Kevin Spacey had to be removed from the film. I wonder why. And Christopher Plummer, he steps up, does 2 weeks of work, gets an Oscar nomination. Gets an Oscar nomination for 2 weeks' work. That's Christopher Plummer for you. He is the consummate professional, and he will be sorely missed. It's quite interesting to understand that William Shatner was Christopher Plummer's understudy. That just bamboozles me, because William Shatner to me is a total ham actor. I can't imagine that to go and see something like Macbeth on stage in the early 1960s and there's Christopher Plummer, oh, he's got laryngitis, so we're going to replace him with William Shatner. Oh goodness. Thank you for tuning into the channel, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscription button and ring the bell for updates. Leave me a wee comment if anything you want to talk about, Christopher Plummer movies, any other movies you want me to see, any other movies that you disagree with me. I live to argue about movies. I live in the movies. Simple as that. I'm also on Instagram as well. Leave me a wee comment there. Whatever you want to chat to me, go for it. I absolutely adore talking about films with anyone from any part of the world, any type of movies. I'm game for that. So I just want to end this channel to saying thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Peace, love, and rock and roll.